10 months ago, I was here at the location of the Brooks Mine in Scranton, where Chris of the Underground Miners gave us a tour of the inside to show us the work that was being completed. But I'm back here today because I was invited to show you all the significant progress that's been made on the inside and outside. Now, if you haven't checked out the first video, I recommend watching that first. That way you get a good sense as to how the inside used to look like. But right now, I'm gonna start getting ready to head inside. And if you're ready, all you gotta do is come along with me. So right now I'm here with Chris and we're about ready to go inside. Are you ready?
Sure am. You ready?
All right, let's go.
So things have changed a little bit since last time you were here, Jay. We dug the floor of the mine down about 18 inches through the whole place and then laid new stone as a base for the new rail that's going to be going in. We started our electrical system. We got the inside panel box in. This is going to be the power for the mine lights and the ventilation fan. That's going to be going outside. We have to get a hole drilled. We're going to use a jackleg drill and drill through the rock right here. A 9-foot hole. It'll pop out next to the portal, so that way the portal stays nice and clean without conduit and wires coming through. So the conduit will be hidden on the side and then go up to the pole. We rewired the whole pole from the top, from the PP&L power down the pole. We put a whole new power panel box on the pole itself. Now we just have to connect it to the mine power.
Hey, I see a relic up here.
Ah, yes. I think it's an old Genesee beer can we found when we were digging it out, so we had to hide it up there.
Nice.
Shh, don't tell anybody. So let's see, the timber work is complete through the entire mine, except for we have one more prop to put in the escapeway, but we'll get to that in a little bit. We had the new insulators put in for the power wire and the fan. The mine lights will actually be hung off the bottom wire, and the fan is going to go on the top one. The lights are going to be very similar to these, same bulbs. They're Edison LED light bulbs, 40 watts, and we'll have a dimmer on them so we can adjust how bright or dark it'll be in here, depending on how we want it for the day. So we're walking through. You can see from last time we have a lot more height in here. But now we get back. This is all just temporary lighting, so we could figure out how we wanted the lights spaced and everything. But now you can see we're getting to the exciting part here. I know you're into railroading stuff, so
yeah,
this is
a sight to see now.
Yeah. So we started laying track last week, and we got the sills, the ties here, dug down in and leveled up to this point. We're starting in the back and working forward because the rails are 30 foot long. And we're going to stop for right now just outside the portal, wherever the last rail ends up. But we didn't want to get somewhere, if we started in the front and worked our way back, we might get somewhere dumb at the end of the track and have like a 4 or 5 foot piece we'd have to cut or splice in. So we ended the rail right where we wanted to, and now we're going to run it outside. So we got this one bent last week. We got those bent. So these all started out as straight rails, which maybe you saw outside. Mm-hmm. And these rails came from, we got them from, actually a friend of ours had them. He got them from the Number 9 mine tour. They were donated to Number 9 from, actually I don't know who donated them to Number 9, but that was years ago. And they actually came from the Switchback Gravity Railroad in Summit Hill. So that's where these were. And we ended up getting them because they were too small. They're 25-pound rail. So they're too small for what Number 9 uses. They have their motors are 10 tons, and I forget what the cars weigh, but they're pretty heavy too. So these will be fine for our use, but they were too lightweight for down there.
And just so the viewers know, these are not going to be here just for looks. They're going to be functional rails, right?
Yeah, but we won't talk about that yet.
Yeah. Little teaser.
Couple little teasers, couple little surprises. We have some fun stuff in store for this little place. So yeah, this one's not nailed down yet. Not spiked. We have to get the joiner plates put in. We just got brand new joiner plates and track bolts from Atlantic Track and Turnout. They're coming here today. So we're going to continue. This section right here is pretty much finished. We got the ballast in, and we're going to throw some coal dirt that's left over from digging the escapeway out on top of it, just so it's a little more authentic. But we got the stone in there for ballast and drainage. And yeah, so things are a little bit different back here. I forget where we stopped with our timbering last time, but
I know I was watching the last video where you were talking about the bar and leg.
Post and bar, okay.
Yeah, post
So we did have this in. So this just comes right up around here to the face of the drift. We're going to have some fun stuff displayed back here. And then in the second chamber here, remember this was all filled in.
Yep.
And so we got this all done. We dug this all out. We had a little mini bucket loader in here. That worked really well and dug it all out. But this looks new, huh?
Just a little bit.
So if you remember last time, you're basically standing where the face stopped.
Mm-hmm.
So this rock,
solid right
this
here.
rock came
Yeah.
away a little bit on the bottom, and we drove the escapeway out in the coal.
So you want to explain what the purpose of this is?
Yeah, so it's per state interstate state mine law, every mine has to have a second way out, and for ventilation. So the mine was pretty dead before with airflow. We had a tube going in. If you remember that, we had a 12-inch ventilation tube going through the mine. So there was a fan outside that would just blow fresh air in, and then it would pressurize the mine, and the mine air would go out, back out the portal. And that was fine when we were doing our development work, but you need a actual air current set up inside the mine. So the brown dirt you see up there, that's from the outside. That's what we're going to be excavating away today. But we drove this 45 feet in 30 inches of coal, and it took us 4 days. We started on a Monday, finished on a Thursday.
So you went through an actual coal seam?
Yeah, this is the Dunmore number 2 vein. So, and just, well, if you want to, we'll give you some size reference here. We'll climb up here. So this is what we were working in. And, you know, they talk about working on your knees back in the day. Well, we did it, and it was, man, 4 days of working in low coal. Your back is sore. Because you can't even sit. You know, we drilled this and fired it. So we were drilling 6-foot holes and firing it out just like, you know, you're mining coal. But then you got to shovel it all out, too, when you get back there. So me and the other guys, Josh and Banks, and most of the crew was actually here for this. Sitting in here, shoveling it from one guy to the next all the way back, and you can't even sit because your head hits the roof, and you can't really kneel because your back hits the roof and shovel. So it was a lot of fun. Yeah, a lot of fun. There you go.
Oh, yeah, this is not fun.
Low coal, buddy.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll crawl I didn't put my gloves on, but whatever. We'll crawl our way up here. So yeah, we were working on this for about 12 hours a day for 4 days straight just to get it done. We didn't want to normally work Saturdays on this project, but we wanted to start this and get it right outside to get it done as fast as we can. But right up here at the face is where the outside is. All that brown dirt. So the coal seam went until it outcropped, basically.
Okay.
Went out the side of the hill. So where we are out there is just up past the mine cars on the surface a little bit and alongside the parking lot. And we drove it, so we kind of came in the mine, and then you turn up the chamber, and then we turned the escapeway back towards the portal just a little bit, so we didn't have to go quite as far. There was 2 reasons for that, and I'll show you the other one when we get back down in the chamber down there, and if I forget, remind me. But yeah, those 2 are the last 2 sets up there with the plank going across, and then that's basically where the bulkhead is going to go that we're going to build today with any luck, if we get it dug out, hopefully. We'll see how that goes. Just hang on to that short prop up there. Like I said, that ladder's not permanently attached to anything yet. Nice. So yeah, we drove this thing outside, and that was pretty fun. That was well, we said it was the first time coal was fired in Scranton in probably 75 years. The new chamber was driven, so that's pretty exciting. But so the reason we also drove it at an angle, we just didn't go straight out, was so that when you're doing tours down here, since it is just kind of a short mine, if you stand down here and look up that way, you can see the chamber going off to the well, it would be the west, I guess, not
kind
straight
of forced
south.
perspective.
Yep. So you don't just see right outside.
Right.
You know, you're going to see a nice wall of coal up there with the props. So it was done for a couple of reasons. It got us out to the surface a little bit faster and shorter, but it also gave a perspective that you're not just looking right back outside again.
Mm-hmm. Now, last time I was here when we filmed, you were, I believe, over here shoveling, clearing it out, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we were digging this down a little bit. That's what I was saying earlier. They put so much fill in here over the years back when it was open, 50, 70 years ago. But we dug this down a little bit by hand because we couldn't fit the skid steer back here. Mm-hmm. So this one we shoveled out. But we're going to have a fun little display we're going to put here. We have a couple of fun displays we have in mind for the place. So some of the tools we have over here from doing the escapeway project. Some coal steels. These were for drilling the coal. The bent one, that one So we drilled the long hole to see, we'd try to poke, when we got out there a little ways, we didn't know how far we had to go yet. We were hoping we'd pop out a little sooner than we did, but we kept going and going and going and going. Thought we were going to go into the parking lot. But so what we did was we took these steels, you can hook them together, and we had 25 feet of steel going, drilling in there. Okay. And you know, it gets hard to push after a while, but we got it through. There's a divider rock in here in the coal. There's coal, a divider rock, and then coal again, and we got it stuck in the divider, and it was getting bound up. But so we ended up getting some of it out, but this steel we ended up having to leave in the hole, and we fired on it once, so that's why it got bent. So, but that's going to be a display piece in here to tell the story about that. A couple tools we have here. This is a rock drill for drilling in rock. It's a big one. But it's basically like a jackhammer, but it spins the bit and drills at the same time.
Pneumatic, right?
Hammer drill. Yeah, pneumatic, air powered. And then
is this the,
let's see. There's the.
I think you guys kind of illustrating these in the number 9 tour.
Yeah.
How it's like a piston in there.
Yep.
That pushes out.
Exactly. It's called the jack leg. Yeah. So this is for drilling rock as well. So the steel would be in here, and then when you run your throttle back here, this is like a motorcycle throttle that controls the leg, which it'll lift the drill and also push it in depending on the angle you have it set. And then this is your speed for your hammer. This one doesn't exactly work. We were going to try to use it on a couple things, but that's going to end up being a display piece in here too. And let's see, the coal drill. This is a coal drill. This is what we use for drilling the escapeway. So basically the same thing. Pneumatic air hose hooks on here. Your drill steel goes on here. Do you have oh, he doesn't have a hook in them, but the little square shank goes in there and the steel goes in, the bit goes in the end, and you drill into the coal with that little guy.
Since the coal is softer, it doesn't need to be as big or powerful?
Correct, yeah. And that just turns like a drill, just like you have like your DeWalt drill for putting screws in your deck or whatever. Mm-hmm. Same thing, it's just a bigger version of it. Okay. And then we have this little rock hammer. This is nice for drilling rock because it's small, and if you just got to do a small hole, this one works really well. It can push easy, but this one also spins and hammers as well. So they were all the weapons that we used. Oh, and let's see, we need tamping sticks. They're sitting around here somewhere. There's one of them. This is a wooden stick for after you get your hole drilled, you got to tamp your dynamite in. So you put your powder with your blasting cap in and then tamp it in with a wooden stick. And everything we have reflective tape on because when you're doing this stuff, everything gets covered in coal dust and everything turns the same color and you can't find anything.
These are the spikes for the rails?
Yeah, yep. Yeah, we got a couple buckets of them. Those are, they're new old stock ones, a little bit rusty. These are the ones we're using right now. If we run out, we'll end up using those. But again, new old stock mine spikes. Keep them somewhat dry in here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so today's project is to get this piece of rail nailed down and get some more ties laid and get the next piece in maybe and bent. We'll see how we make out, but the main project is going to be digging that escapeway out from the outside and building the bulkhead and getting a temporary fan set up there.
So do you have a time frame as to when you expect the rail to reach the outside?
When it's done. No, actually no. We're making good progress with it. With the crew that we have, we did all this in one day. So it probably 3 days worth of work. Mm-hmm. So whatever days that ends up being, right. We have everything we need to do it. So it's just that's going to be the hot topic, getting that done after the escapeway gets closed or opened up. And then finish the lighting up, get the electrical in for the fan. You know what happens then? We open this baby.
You guys are projecting midsummer?
Yeah. I don't want to give any dates yet, but we're hoping the end of July, early August. July would be great. And once again, I have to throw it out there. It's amazing. This whole project has been funded by, your donations. I mean, not yours, Jay's, but people that are watching this.
I donated though.
Jay has donated. Yep. Everybody that walks by this place and throws a couple bucks in there. People have donated on the website, on fundraisers we do. And we have a couple corporate sponsors too. that gave us a pretty good chunk of change to get this project done. General Coal Company, Atlantic Carbon, let's see, I don't know, they're on the website, there's a bunch of them, too much to name. So this is the first pile. We call this the Naog Comb Bank. So this is everything we dug out of the floor of the place, except for this little bit of extra stuff here. Some of this came from the escapeway. But this whole pile here, this came from the floor of the mine, which we dug out with a mini excavator, or a mini skid steer rather.
That's a lot of labor.
That was a lot of labor, yeah. But it wasn't so much. It was a lot of just driving the buggy back and forth. It could have been worse, you know, if we had to use a
and the
shovel
cart's
in a
outside
car.
too from last time it was inside.
Yes, that was still inside too, huh?
Yep.
Yes, we pulled that out, and we actually have a video of getting this thing out of the mine because that was pretty entertaining.
You used like a winch, right?
Yeah, we used Dan's Jeep winch. We parked the Jeep out here and put us, because it had to go around 2 curves in there too. And we already pulled the rail out because we dug the place out initially first. So oh no, we did that after, that's right. But we pulled the rail out to get it out of the way. And the old rail was rusty, wasn't spiked down to anything, so it would have been more of a problem anyway. So we just took the old rail and laid it on its side and let the flanges just run on the sides of the rail. And we got Dan's Jeep to yank it out.
Do you think this is going to be salvageable, or?
It's pretty shot, but maybe. I mean, you throw a coat of black flat paint on anything, it looks pretty good. It makes rusty stuff not look so rusty anymore.
Even keeping it in the condition it is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Just so you can see what happened to it over time.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, that was in there since 1950s when Moffett redid the place, Moffett Coal Company.
So over 70 years until it saw daylight again.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. So we'll see what happens with that little guy. But all this is going to end up getting cleaned up. We're going to clean the pile up. The rail's going to end up getting extended and come around the corner, and then get hooked up with this track here, and we'll do some fun stuff outside. That's a future project, though. So there's a couple big trees here we had taken out, but this is where the escapeway comes outside right now. We have a little hole here. We had this opened up pretty big.
You're not kidding when you say little hole.
Yeah, well, it was big, but we filled it back in.
Okay.
And we put the 5-gallon pails in. There's no, if you look in there, there's no, so that just goes back down to the mine, down there. Yeah.
So the plan today is to make this hole bigger?
Yeah, we're gonna try. The park has a backhoe we're gonna use, which is a little smaller than we anticipated, but we'll see what we can do with it.
Now, if people want to get more information or check out information about your group, how can they do so?
Yeah, you can check us out on our website, undergroundminers.com, or Underground Miners on Facebook. We have the YouTube channel too, but there's not quite as much on there. But all the advertising stuff for the project, how it's going, is more on Facebook.
And people can donate on the site as well?
Yeah, they can donate on the site and on the Facebook page. Yeah.
All right. I'll put the links down below if people want to check it out and help support a good cause.
All right. Thank you, Jay.
Thanks for your time, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely.
I said, why are we doing it this way? Well, according to the DH track railing book, we have to put the spikes in this way, blah, blah, blah.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Adam is the railing man.
Than the others. So we need to just center them. But this rail is a balance board. Right here.
Ah, son of a... Body good. Go ahead. Chris, you want to keep going? Put some marine, grease the dirt will stick to it.
Yeah. All right, so now we're just gonna kink this just a little bit. We want to put a nice gradual curve in this thing. So you gotta overbend it because it springs back some.
gauge is good. We have to do the inside one. Isaac took it. I didn't even bend it. Oh, you know what? Put it in there. Jay, you know, if you want to spike a few rails, we won't be.
Josh just had made.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah. Very nice.
Hey, Mike.
Pretty much been there for a year. You're okay, keep going. It's a pain in the ass to spike it on the same side that you're on.
Yeah, well, you're against the rib there too.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Yeah, now you're looking.
See what I mean about keeping the butt on?
Chris, we have a mascot.
A mascot, the mouse?
Yeah.
Is he running back and forth?
Yeah, he's scared. He doesn't know if he's coming or going.
So this is where, this originally was a face right here. Of just, it looked like that. Solid coal on the top and rock. And it was back about here.
Nice, right near the top.
And then spent 4 days and drove this out in the coal, really fired it and dynamited it out. And we made it until we made a small hole open on the surface.
Yeah.
So now the boys are digging away with the excavator all the
Oh, yeah.
overburden, the surface
Here.
overburden. How's the backhoe falling into the mine?
Earthquake.
Scraping the top rock.
It seems like they stopped.
If you, Jay, turn that light off for just a second. Oh, there we go. Never mind. Say you see daylight if you turn the light out.
That's neat. Let there be light.
Every time the bucket.
Now he's gone out.
Might try to make a break for it.
He's gonna make a break now.
He ran it about 3-4 feet.
Perfect.
He's out. He's out. He's gonna make it out
Oh,
now.
oh, that's him. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, I see him way up
They're gonna be
there.
like, hey, a mouse. Oh, there he goes. Yeah. As long as the bucket doesn't come down.
Oh, go the other way. Go the other way. No, no, no.
Yeah.
They're very intuitive, weren't they?
Yeah.
He's gonna
I'm
come
sure
back.
he feels trapped between a rock and a hard place.
As we've seen, it's another busy, productive day here at the Brooks Mine located at Nayak Park in Scranton. Behind me, there's a table set up because they're doing a fundraiser today where they're grilling up hot dogs, serving cold beverages, and all the proceeds do go to the opening of the mine. So once this video's done, I'm heading over there getting a hot dog and a cold drink. First and foremost, a huge special thanks to the UGM group, the Underground Miners, for not only making this possible to open up coal mine again for the public to enjoy, but for allowing me to come here to document it and to share it with all of you. This is something I'm very passionate about, and being able to come in here and see the progress being made is just phenomenal. And they have come so far from my last visit here 10 months ago. You can see there's rails in there, which are 3/4 the way done almost. They're actually installing another section as we speak right now. They'll eventually be coming outside, and you'll find out in the future what that's going to be for. The escape shaft is being opened up more and excavated as we speak as well. And lighting is being installed, electricity is being wired. It's just come so far in relatively short amount of time. I mean, it's not an easy undertaking. Having been abandoned and neglected for decades, they have their work cut out for them, but they've made significant progress, and I'm really impressed with how far they've come and how little work is yet to go. I mean, the end is in sight. They're in the home stretch, so it's going to be not much longer until this is going to be open to the public. And they said off camera they have a lot of fun and interesting things planned, not only like displays and exhibits inside, but interactive things as well. I'm just going to leave it at that. I can't give away any more spoilers. But if you do want to help support them, you could do a couple of things. Number one is come to their fundraisers, buy some hot dogs. If you don't want to have a hot dog, they do have a donation box, so you could drop some money into the donation box. And you can also go to their website and donate there. Also, follow them on Facebook because they will be sharing updates as to when their future fundraisers will be and the grand opening of the Brooks Mine here in Scranton. But I had a great time checking it out. Hope you did as well. If you did, feel free to give the video a thumbs up. If you like this type of content, feel free to subscribe to the channel. And down below, underneath their links, will be a playlist link of more mine-related videos I've created in the past. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching. If you have any questions, ask them down below. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video.